Summary of Oedipus Rex by Sophocles. At the beginning of the play, the city of Thebes is going through an extremely difficult time. People are dying of the plague, crops are failing, and women are dying while giving birth and their kids are stillborn. When a group of priests go to the royal house, they ask Oedipus for help. He is their king and saved them from the terrible Sphinx once. The king of Oedipus has already sent Creon, his brother-in-law, to ask the god Apollo what can be done. As background, Laius, the former king of Thebes, was killed in strange circumstances before Oedipus arrived. The killer was never found. He was made king when he got to Thebes and saved the city. He then married the widowed queen, Jocasta, who was Creon's sister. Now Creon comes back with the oracle's message: the killer of Laius must be found and punished before the plague can leave the city. Based on what the prophet says, the killer is still alive in Thebes. Oedipus curses the killer and swears that he will find him and punish him. People in Thebes are told that they will be sent into exile if they don't tell him what they know about Laius' death. In order to get help with the research, Oedipus calls for Tiresias, the blind astrologer. Even though Tiresias shows up, he won't tell Oedipus what he saw in his future dreams. Oedipus says that Tiresias had something to do with Laius' death. He gets angry and says that Oedipus is to blame for the plague because he killed Laius. As the fight gets worse, Oedipus says that Tiresias and Creon are planning to get rid of him, and Tiresias says that Oedipus has done other bad things. Because Oedipus thinks Creon is planning to get rid of him, he tells everyone that he is going to send his brother-in-law away or kill him. The crowd and Jocasta think Creon is not guilty and beg Oedipus to let Creon go. He gives up, but only unwillingly. He is still sure that Creon is guilty. She tells Oedipus not to believe what the prophets and seers say. To show her point, she talks about a promise she heard that their son would kill their first husband, Laius. Still, Laius was killed by strangers, and she left her own baby son to die in the woods. But the place she says Laius was killed, a triple crossroad, makes Oedipus nervous. It was in this same place that Oedipus fought and killed several people, one of whom looked a lot like Laius. He asks that the person who saw Laius being killed be brought to him. According to him, oracles have also been important in his life. For example, he left Corinth, the city where he grew up, because of a prediction that he would kill his father and sleep with his mother. An old man from Corinth comes to tell them that King Polybus, Oedipus's father, has died of old age. This makes Oedipus feel better. The thing he said might not come true, but he is still worried because his mother is still alive. He doesn't need to worry, the message says, because the king and queen of Corinth were not his real parents. When Oedipus was a baby, the messenger brought him as a gift to the royal family. A hunter had found the boy in the woods and given him to the messenger. The shepherd was the same person Oedipus had already sent after to find the person who saw Laius get killed. Jocasta begs Oedipus to stop looking for his roots, but Oedipus says he has to know the story of his birth. She screams in pain and leaves the stage. The dog shows up, but he doesn't want to share what he knows. He doesn't tell anyone that he didn't follow the order to kill Laius and Jocasta's baby son and instead gave the baby to the messenger until he is threatened with death. Those babies were Oedipus, and he killed his father Laius and married his mother. Oedipus knows that he has done what his bad dream said he would do. Queen Jocasta kills herself, and Oedipus cuts out his own eyes out of grief. Oedipus is sad and blind, and he laments his fate. After visiting a prophet, Creon agrees to Oedipus's request and sends him away from Thebes.
About the author. Sophocles, who is considered as one of the three greatest playwrights in the history of classical Greek theater, was a well-respected Athens citizen who served in both political and military positions in the 5th century BCE. He was a friend of Pericles and Herodotus. In 468 BCE, he beat the author Aeschylus to win a prize in painful theater at Athens. This made him famous. He wrote more than 100 plays and won first place in 24 contests, but only 7 of them have been preserved to this day. His 3 plays about Thebes are Antigone, Oedipus Rex, and Oedipus at Colonus. Electra, Philoctetes, and Trachinian Women are the other full works by Sophocles that have been found. People say that he changed Greek theater by adding a third actor, reducing the chorus's part, and focusing more on how the character's growth.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.